I thought I would mess around with some voxel prefabs. When I left off the last stream, we had such good progress, and I haven't really touched anything back then because I've been doing administrative stuff. So I'm gonna do some work with the prefabs. I had some ideas, so let's do it. Let's get in there. Let's see if make sure everything runs. If you remember last time, we had there's updates to Rider. Wow, I don't want to do that now in the stream. Oh yeah, get in the camera here. I'll be back. Hasta la vista, baby. I'll be back. Bring out the energy drinks. Oh, I only got one Coke with me today. It's gonna be. I might have to take a commercial break to get another Coke halfway through. Yeah, I don't normally wear glasses in real life. I only have been doing it in front of the computer, and only for like the last year or so. But I got these like reading sunglasses, and I thought they were pretty badass. So I think I'm gonna go with this. Get to the chopper. I hope you leave room for my fist, cause I'm going to ram it into your stomach. Okay, here we are. Just a little recap. Like, we had some really cool stuff going on last time. We were playing with the pyramids, and if you weren't there, like at the end of that stream was like really cool because everything came together. So let's zip out to the pyramids again. And where did they go? Wait a second. Oh, they're there. I must have went to the wrong spot. So we got these pyramids working, and they got internal structures in them. And when I ended the stream, I was going to clean stuff up, but then I thought about like cooler ways that I could do this. So there's these tombs that are inside the pyramids, which are pretty cool. In the center, we have the centers. I guess there's stairways. There's lava coming down the stairways, and the stairways go down to like another network of tombs. And what's actually really cool about this, I should try this out, is you should be able to walk to another pyramid. Like if you were... It's probably a pretty far walk. And there we go. And there's another stairway. And the stairway takes us up into the inside of a different pyramid. I mean, that's pretty cool, right? We got to figure out a way to get out of here. Should be able to get out pretty easy by hugging the walls. But I had this idea about putting these together with prefabs. Oh, there must be fog is penetrating the buildings. We have to figure out something to do about that. These prefabs that would make this work in I can't believe, like right now I'm in a pyramid. That's like so messed up to think about this. I can't find my way. It's big enough where I can't find my way out. It's so crazy. Oh my God, there's got to be like a... I'm wondering if things like there should be like maybe a door on each side of the pyramid. This is a wall. That's a weird structure. it's definitely, we're walking against a wall here. I mean, I could just dig my way out of this one, I think. Yeah. There was a door here. There's a sandstorm going on outside here. So these pyramids are connected through like an underground network. And that's what I was going for originally. I wanted to have the pyramids not be this many of them, but they're in the desert, and then they're connected through like an underground network of tombs. And it's all procedural, and it's all different every time you play. But I was thinking about cool things I could do inside the pyramids if I did them procedurally, where I could have different levels, like with balconies inside the pyramid. I thought that would be cool. And I thought I could do the shafts and the doors procedurally, which means I could place them in odd spots on the pyramid in the code. So I was just going to mess around with some of that stuff today and see if anything was cool. And I thought this would be fun to watch. One of the things I thought about doing is taking the ceilings off the dungeons and having there be like a catwalk that walks around the top of these. But we'll get into it. I'm kind of curious. There was a bug last time with rotating the prefabs, and I want to kind of see if that's still a problem that we have. I shouldn't have stopped. Oh, I didn't stop the game. Good. Let me pause here for questions, if anybody's got questions. Talking about there's a need for yeah. Oh, by the way, totally forgot about this. We hit 7,000 subscribers on the channel today. Super cool. Thank you for everyone for doing that. Like, big accomplishment. I appreciate it. Somebody's saying here to get the membership going. Yeah, that was one of the membership going. That was one of the reasons I started the Discord channel, because there was like a connection between YouTube and the membership thing. Would you guys? I mean, who would be really interested in a membership? I feel weird like setting up a subscription for our channel, but and I kind of don't know what I would offer you as like a bonus. Let's see if this works. Yeah, definitely save your money for Kickstarter. Whoa, but I appreciate, as soon as I say that, I appreciate the love here. Love the streams, thank you for them. Yeah, I appreciate them doing it. Again, I don't come here for the donations, but I definitely appreciate it, and all of this goes right to the game. So. Somebody's saying here they don't have money, it wouldn't work for me. One of the things you can do is watch the ad playlist. We have a playlist that just plays like ads over and over again, and that's a way you can donate to the game without even doing anything. You just turn it on your computer and it runs for like 28 hours of ads. And that's the equivalent of giving us a couple bucks, probably. I don't know. So, somebody say I haven't worked on, not that I haven't worked on the game, I've done a lot of work since the last stream, but I haven't worked on the game myself since the last stream because I've been doing administrative stuff, contracts and things like that. But if you weren't on the last stream, then you missed a lot of cool stuff. Oh, wow, so maybe he fixed this. Just go in here. The stairways now, if they're facing the doorway, are this one stairway, the lava. I gotta figure out what to do. Ah, that's true. This is great. The stairway is turned around. So okay, so that is totally fixed. We were having a crash with that last time. It's, to me, this is cool. Like, it's cool that there's this. The world is like procedural, but looks like so like it's been put together by hand, like with a torch, like that torch on the floor next to the thing. Like it's. Okay, so let's try something out. I'm gonna crack open Magic of Voxel here, which is something that you can use to make stuff for us if you want. I have in the description of the stream. There's the guide you can download for this. And let's pull up our Stairway. This is the first thing I actually wanted to fix. What I thought this needed was like a guide rail or something that went across that stopped you from walking the other way and made it look more like a stairway. I was going to see how that looked. So let's just try that first. So I'm going to move this. I'm getting used to this tool, which I'm enjoying more and more as I use it. And it's a good way for us to test our system. So we'll take limestone, and I'm just going to, we could just do this. Attach, there we go. Just go like that. Like that. And like, actually that's might be too much. Actually, I think this side is right. The other side, let's just undo. Yeah. And no, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do this. And this, nope. This, and then I'm gonna take the bevel. I gotta look up my guide. Bevel's on the bottom, and I'll put the bevel around the top here. Oh, no. I think you could just do this. Okay, that is something screwed up. Oh no, limestone. Okay, limestone here, and then we're gonna do this surface, and we're gonna attach a bevel to here. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. So let's save this, and then let's go back to Unreal, and let's re-import our stairway and see how this works. Save all, and let's go back in. Will the game have Linux support? It's very possible. I think there's it's easier to do with Unreal than it was with our old engine. I'm surprised that people actually run Linux. Is it because of the Steam Deck, or is it are there really people that run Linux computers and play games? Oh, here's our stairway. Okay, do we like this? It's weird. See, I was wondering if you came around. It's too high. It's the problem. Like, you can't tell you're by a stairway here and cut through the top of the... I don't think I like that. Let's fix it. Okay. We'll go back to Magic of Voxel. It was 2 above the ground. Yeah, so this is, let's just undo all of this. Oops. Go back to limestone and let's just put this around here like this. I don't know why that keeps happening. Like, it's... Actually, I think the bevel is all we need. And it needs to be here. No, that stair is 1 in the ground. It has to be in the middle. This is super weird, but it's, I think this is the way it has to be. No. And then let's increase the height by 1. Take the subtractive block in. Let's do a face attach up here. Yeah, bring that up 1. And let's drop bevels. Oh. Drop bevels here and here, just in case. Okay. Save it. Let's go through the same process here. Let's import. Oops. Let's import, re-import, save, and then run. Whoa, there's a lot of stuff here. Somebody said cool glasses. John, it's not my name, but we do have a John. The game will be playable on Steam Deck. I don't know. Like I don't know. Will Lumen be supported? We are using Lumen right now. We have not tried it with other lighting systems in real. We have not. Somebody's asking how the avatars look in the game. We haven't. We haven't got to that yet. Okay, let's do this. Oh, I should set a checkpoint so I don't have to keep running in there. Ooh, okay, so that is there's this random crash. I'm gonna send that out to the team. When that happens, I gotta restart. How many are working on the game? There's 4 of us. Oh, let me, I usually do this during the streams, is post the FAQ. Just because there's a lot of the questions we get in the streams are like things that we have in the FAQ. Pin the message. It's weird that the game always is starting cloudy here. I should tweak the weather. Yeah, I think that's good. You know what really needs to happen? Nah, I guess it doesn't matter. It clears an area that makes it look like a stairway. Stairways. There's probably a way where I could get this to not bump up to a wall. But I kind of like the ridge on there. Like kind of frames the stairway out. Like if you came at this, I should go in a different one and look at it. Like if you came at this from the side, instead of just going down, it would look like it was a deliberate stairway. I'll keep that. And then we can adventure into the depths down here. Yes. Okay. So this is what I actually want to try. I was thinking about modularizing everything in the game, or all these prefabs. So let's open up our big pyramid. And I was thinking about, instead of building a prefab out for this big pyramid, what I could do is just do the door and the shaft in the middle. I'm trying to decide if that would make things easier or worse. So the first thing I think I'm going to do is take off this whole bottom, yeah, and we can erase the blocks around here. The blocks, oops. Take those off, take those off. Take those off, and let's just start erasing the pyramid. It's interesting how it left the center there. And I think what I could probably do is just marquee. Let's do a ortho view and a marquee, and just marquee the inside of this. It would be interesting to see this, what this is. I bet there's a way I could make this work for all the pyramids. And we'll bring in the debounds into this. You know, I should do this as two different parts. So what I'll do here is just this first. And then on the inside of here, I want to explicitly place subtractive blocks. Let's go front view. Perspective would be easier. And let's do an attach of these. There. And let's make sure the doorway is clear too. Okay, so now I could place this door on an existing pyramid. So let's try to save. Let's do a save as. What is it? Save, duplicate project, save as, and we will call this pyramid door. And then in, I gotta jump through a couple hoops here. So I gotta go into Unreal. Thank you so much for the donation. This game is going to blow up on Xbox. I hope. Like, this is the home of CastleMiner Z is definitely Xbox. So that would be great. Where did I put these? Source content. There we go. There's our prefab thing. So I got to take this one and drop it into, what was it? Pyramid door into here. Cool. We save. Oh, you know what I need to do is set a pivot for it. It's weird that there isn't really a center for this. So 100. Yeah, okay. 1 0 0. Let's somebody's asking, how do I get the prefab of the CMZ colors on the left side of the screen? Are you talking about in Magic of Voxel and this thing here? The link to the template file is inside of our, is in the description of the video. Okay, and oh, there's some other things I need to do to get it in here. There's actually a bunch of hoops I gotta jump. Okay, let's go to terrain. We don't need that anymore. Terrain, blueprints, world builder. Let's add another prefab for pyramid. Pyramid door. Here we go. Yeah. Compile, save that. And let's go back to Rider. We can F12 this and go call this pyramid door. Somebody's saying that their brother is going to go to school to learn how to make video games, and it seems hard. It really actually is really hard. Like I would love to say that it's not hard, but it is hard. It's gotten easier, I think, as time has went on because of the engines and things like that. But it is, you know, it's definitely challenging. I think for a big part of it is that every time you make something, it's like you're making something that's never been made before. Like it's like a wild experiment, and you're kind of making things up as you go along. So let's do that. Okay, so we put the pyramid down. And see, this is hard. This is wait, where do we? I'm really confused. Where do we put the, oh, here we go. This is where we put the stairs in the middle of the pyramid. So let's try putting a stairway. We have the pyramid size here, right? Yeah. Not stairs, a pyramid door. So this is going to put one of them in like a random location, and we'll try to tweak it to get it right. Pyramid door. I'm a positive that this will be wrong, but it will show us if we're putting it in the right place, and then which way do we have to turn it. So let's run this. And we should get something that is like weird on one of the edges here. Oh, come on. I would have seen this already. Wow, that surprises me. Oh, maybe this. And I'm not sure I compiled. Yeah, that's what happened. Okay. It's like there's like this checklist you got to go through in your head when you do everything. Somebody said here that they love how they show us everything, even the mistakes. Like 90% of what you do when you're doing stuff like this is making mistakes and fixing them. Making mistakes, like we're going to see right now, making mistakes sometimes shows you how things are supposed to work or gives you clues. Somebody said here they're seeing trees growing out of the pyramids. Like, yeah, we can fix all that stuff, but like obviously we're not going to have a biome that has all pyramids. There we go. So this is a door that isn't supposed to be on that side, which is cool. And is it in the right place? It is. Looks like it probably is. This is a bad example because it's buried. Let's go find another one. This is why I have so many pyramids here. Yeah, here. So all we got to do is turn this. We'll see if how, now this is the next thing we'll see, is if 90 degrees is the right way to turn it. So we will make it 90 degrees, and we will save that and compile it and run it again. And while that's going on, I will answer. Anybody remember which side they were on? Okay, so Murphy's Law. If you're not familiar with Murphy's Law, also it's in the wrong place. It's one block too far, and it's turned around the wrong way. So yeah. So let's try turning this around. Well, I mean, to fix that part, it's 270. And where did we subtract this? Minus. I could probably pull this out further. Let's go 2. Yeah. And, oh, I didn't, yeah, okay. And then save all. Build. Yeah, somebody said negative 90, 270, you get the point. I don't, I'm wondering how I didn't write this part of the code. Another one of our developer X did. And I'm not sure, I'm wondering if he handled negative angles the right way. And usually I'm not trying to stress test his code. I think that's the door, because there should be 2. Yeah, so there's one here. And there's one here, and I pulled this one out a little bit, which is kind of cool. It's like one of the things I can do with the door prefab. So yeah, that's so the other problem is that the door went in at the wrong point, because the dungeon went in. The door went in after the dungeon. So let's fix that. It's like layers in Photoshop. So the door should go in before the dungeon goes. So we place the pyramid, place the door. We need the width of the pyramid before that. And then place the dungeon. So let's just get that going. And since we have one of them, let's put another one on the other side, which should be just as easy to do by going like this and making this one be 90. Taking this out. And what I'm going to do here eventually is I'm going to get rid of the pyramid, and I'm going to put my own procedural pyramid in the middle of it. And then I don't have to have this. Prefab is really big, and I don't have to have it in memory anymore if I get rid of the pyramid itself. Or I'm going to make the pyramid really cool on the inside, one of the two. Let's save this all, and let's build. Somebody's asking how the HUD was work. We've only been sort of at the beginning of that. I think the HUD will probably come pretty late on. Like right now, we are working towards the Kickstarter trailer. That's our okay, something's goofy here. Wait a second. Oh, I really thought that would be the right. No, it's the one on the other. It's on the other side. I totally made a mistake there. But the door should be only up to the dungeon now. It should end when the dungeon starts, and it looks like it does. It's cool. So the door is actually framed here because the dungeon cut through it. Perfect. So let's get the other sides working in here. So that was wrong, that side, but that side would probably be 0. The other one makes sense that it would be, the 90-degree one would be plus. And then there's another one here that would be 180. That would be plus. And we'll see if we, I'm guessing we're gonna experience Murphy's Law again here, because we'll have, if there was a choice of picking two things, you're always gonna pick the wrong one. Oh, thank you for the donation. Thank you so much. Every little bit helps here. So we got one door here. Murphy's Law. This one's screwed up. We picked the wrong angle, maybe. Oh no, we didn't compile. Because I have to. I should like take a drink of Coke every time I don't compile. So that door is right. This door is right. So we actually got them all right. And we should have one in the back. And one on this side. And they'll all connect inside, which is cool. So, and then on the inside of this, there's a, that actually, that could be a, it bothers me a little bit that happened, but I think that's a valid. I had a plan so that this wouldn't happen. These dungeons in here are in the pyramid are actually really big. Oh, let's cut through the outside. Is this the same one we went in? Oh, it's cool. You can see the door on the other side. Because there's a hallway that goes through the center in this one. And then there's our stairway right here. Going down to the other dungeon. I don't want to go down there. I should be breaking blocks here because the block breaking is cool. Climb over this. Walk out the other side of the pyramid. I think I'm going to leave this. This is actually... And then this one, this door is actually correct. We can walk into the next pyramid here. Oh, this is so cool. Let's try to just navigate. This one has got these cool pillars here. Ooh, it's going to be hard to get out of this lava. Our stairway is right here. And if I keep going in one direction, just fly over this so I don't. There is I think I lost my bearings. If I fly around here long enough and random enough, I should find a stairway that takes me upstairs. Let's see if we just poke around, if we eventually find one. It's oh, here's a stairway, and here's a stairway right here, and the stairway takes us back up. And we can, I think we need the 4 entrances in the pyramid to get out of this. Hey, thank you so much for the donation. I can't believe this is happening, even though I've been following the project for a month or two now. Can't wait. What enemies are you thinking of for the pyramids, mummies, pharaohs? Yeah, we haven't started on the enemies yet, but yeah, I think some like pyramid specific. And here's a door, and we're outside, and it's sun. It's like sunny and dust storm. Yeah, I think some sort of pyramid specific enemies would be cool. Would be cool. I must be hitting the edge of the desert because the pyramids are actually disappearing. I could just imagine this. Like, it'd be super cool. Like, so there's a dust storm going out here, and you come into this dark pyramid, and then like we wander around a little bit. There's a fountain in this one, and then we come down to this stairway. And whoa, let's get up here. And it's hard, you know. It's like I should stop. I'm getting like too interested in my own game. Like I'm like, it's too fun to like poke around inside these things. And somewhere in here, there, that looks like maybe yet there should be another stairway that takes us up somewhere else. I'm lost. I need a map. Up, here we go. Another stairway takes us up. Let's put some zombies in here. These are all stand-in zombies, but somebody said, will the game have optimization later on? No. It's going to be a postcard. You'll load it up and you'll see like one screen like this. And if you wait like 30, 40 minutes, there'll be like another screen like this. And then if you take all those images together, you could play them like in a flip book. And if you could print them up and then play them in a flip book. When the game launches, have you thought of doing a big event to host a big world to play with viewers? Yeah, sure. I used to do that. I used to play with, I used to come in, especially the first week of a game, I always come in and play with everybody. I would love to say it's just purely because of, you know, just for fun, but I'm actually very, very nervous. Like I want to go in, because it's not till you actually see people playing the game that you start seeing like all the problems. And it's not just bugs, because you'll come in and see bugs, but what you'll also come in and see is like things that you thought were going to be fun that didn't work, or things that, you know, are like, you know, people are struggling with. Like, it's like you're up to the point where you release a game, you're guessing on everything. And there's so many stories that we have in the game industry, especially when I was working in the AAA game industry, where we would make a level and we would play it over and over and over again while we were developing it, and we wouldn't realize how hard it was. And then when it came out, it was like impossible, because everybody had gotten like so good at the game, developing it, that they didn't realize that the game was like something was like too hard or too confusing. This is cool. We're in it like it's like a fog at night here. In fact, I could turn the torch on. Everything will look pretty cool. I could put torches on these. That would be cool. Like if I did like a. almost want to do that. So the cool thing about this now, and I'm just going to do this just for fun, is that because now we're placing the doors procedurally, we can choose to do them randomly or not. So what we got here? Our seed. Yeah, so I can say, okay, this is a little bit of math that's a little bit confusing. I actually don't want to explain it because it's would be difficult to explain because the way that we generate the world is kind of confusing. But if I save this, what I basically did is I made it so that there's a 50% chance of every door appearing. So now the pyramids will all have different amounts of doors. People are talking about finding the bugs for us. This is why beta testing is a big deal for us. Like, it's not just so that we can just give away games for free and have fun. It's like a very valuable resource to us. Got a message from everybody. Works like there's like a 24-hour cycle that we work on here, so it's a kind of a weird way. They used to when we would work with other game companies, they would always just think that was so bizarre. It's like it's like a shift worker. It's like some people work in the morning, some people work in the middle of the night, and there's always somebody around at any given time. Like, there's no set hours at all. And we can work very efficiently because of that, because everybody works at the times that work best for them, and there's kind of always somebody around. And even if there isn't, you're only ever like 4 hours away from, you know, the person that you need to get something from to work with you. And it's weird because there's been times where we worked with regular game studios that work 9 to 5. Somebody's asking about the price, and I guess I always put that back on you guys as like what you would be willing to pay. So I don't know. Let's see here. There's a door on the left side of this one. They all seem. Did I not compile? Maybe. There's this one. They all seem to have doors on the same side. Okay. I did something wrong. Let me make sure I compiled. Then I have to take a look at my code, because the way it was supposed to work is every pyramid would have a different door configuration, but they're all looking like they have doors on the, what is this, the same side, and I don't understand why that would be. Oh, because none of them are working. That's why. Because we're getting the default door. Man, that's surprising to me. Oh, we need the uniform distribution. Yeah, there's some esoteric math here. Here we go. We're going to use some AI, and this is going to be a really great use for AI. So we're going to hit Grok here, and we're going to go, this is in Unreal Engine. I need a number based on seed that gives me a me a random number where each bit has the same probability of being set so I can mask them. We have our triptych in the chat is our art director. I asked anybody to come on here I want. I would patch him in if he was up for that. Yeah. Wow, that's pretty straightforward. Somebody's saying, could you add a castle-like structure that acts like a harder dungeon? Yeah, sure. I mean, building a actually, I'm going to write that down. Like building a castle in the in fact, what I'm going to do is put that right in the forum, the community forum, right now. I love that. I'm totally doing that. Yeah. Big castles, the same way as the pyramids are, like big castles. I could put them up in the mountains. Like, it'd be so cool. Thank you so much for the donation. I'll promise I'll keep it for the Kickstarter. Give you the money. Need Diet Coke as a secret item. We do need Diet Coke as a secret item. This is why I love doing these streams. The pyramids were somebody's suggestion. It was a community suggestion. But I'm going to, I'll do this later on the castles. Oops. Yeah, I'll post this later on the community thing. But putting big castles in the mountains would be super cool. Like, I'm trying to think of where they would go. If the castles, a tundra would be a good place, I think, for castles. Like big ice castles or something that were, just castles sticking out of nowhere in the ice mountains. But the castles it's cool because the castles could be solid, and then you could have dungeons inside of them. If they were tall, you could put layers of dungeons. Like, you could have God, I'm getting so excited about this. You could have like a big tower that you had to work your way up the top to. By the way, the world in our new game is very, very deep, but it's also very, very high. I forget what the build height is, but how do I do that? Build block rock. Do the little Minecraft jumping. Oh my god, I so want to build a castle now. I think I should do a stream where I build a castle. Like, that's like, I mean, like, it is CastleMiner, right? Like, there should be castles in it. There's got to be a faster way to do this. Yeah, we're, so before the old CastleMiner game, the tower was it was like 2 blocks away from the build height. But you could see that despite the world being, the world's gonna go out of view before we are done building. Like, the build height in this game is like so high. In fact, we're still going. I think it's as high as you can go deep, and the world is very, very deep. Like, I'm still going. Like, it's almost like unlimited build height. And it's a shame because I can't even, the terrain is faded out at this point, and I can't even So you could totally build, I think I finally hit the build height. So let's go down the whole height of this. So with a build height this high, you could totally build like a sky fortress that would be like up in the clouds. Like this, in fact, I think the top of this is getting clipped off. It's making me want to put some, these clouds, by the way, are real. If I can fly long enough, like you actually will go into the clouds. But I could put the clouds lower so that you could build inside of them. Let me just fly up here. This is actually a fun thing to do. It's going to start getting, I don't know the best way to do this. Hazy. So eventually people can talk about like flying dragons and stuff like that. We could actually do that. We could actually have you flying a dragon through the clouds like it was an F-16. Like here, we're penetrating the clouds now. And that's the sun, like we're coming through it. And we're making it through the clouds. So like you could totally, and it'll be clear skies above this cloud. So you can, we could fly a dragon above the clouds, you know, like the, I always think of the, this is like a difference, there's two sets of clouds, like two, and I think we actually could fly through those if we wanted to too. Those are higher clouds, but here I am like above the clouds. Like the clouds are real and legit. And I think I could actually fly through these too if I went far enough. These are like high altitude clouds. So the whole idea of this game is that we've like laid the groundwork for like a lot of cool stuff. Now you can now unfasten your seatbelts. Yeah, we're just getting higher and higher up. We'll just keep going. I'm pretty sure you can go through the high altitude clouds too. We're gonna watch the sunset from up here. It's hard when you want to get something done and you end up like playing around in your own game, but it gives you ideas. Like the idea here of like actually flying a dragon through these clouds. Here, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop. I mean, you never thought you'd be on top of the CastleMiner clouds, right? Look at that sunset. Oh, I should have watched it. Here, let's watch it again. Hold on. I'm gonna bring it back just a little bit. It's weird, right? It's like we're on top of the CastleMiner world. And what I'm gonna do here is I'll just drop. Turn off my fly mode. Up, the moon's coming up. See the moon shining off the top of the clouds. Yeah, it would be cool to have like a flying, a way you could fly. I think we need to put the clouds a little lower. Here we're gonna fall through the clouds. Now it's raining under the clouds. We're still falling. There we go. We're back down to this famous sandbar in between the lagoon and the startup area, and it's wet because it's nighttime now and everything's shining. Thank you so much. Oh my God, what a huge donation. Thank you so much. Thank you. I can't appreciate it. Do you plan to implement gadgets or similar objects in the long term? I would like to know your suggestions for that. Like, you could suggest that in the, let me put the link in here. You could suggest this in the community forums. Or in the Steam forums to suggest what kind of gadgets you want. But man, I really appreciate that. This is that's a huge donation, and everything really helps us at this point. I don't know why the trees. It's funny. The trees are like, oh, they're wet. That's why they're turned white. This is so interesting. They're reflecting the sky. What were we doing? We had procedural doors. We're getting lost here. I had Grok up, and Grok told me to do this distribution. I think it's a crappy way to do this, though. You just do a hash or something. I would rather do like a CRC32, yeah, STD hash. Yeah, this is a much better way of doing this. It's one line of code. This is interesting. So it gave me a solution here, but the solution was not a great one. But I'm aware of a better solution. Now that I'm thinking about it, it was a FN1 hash. A CRC 32 FN1. Mathematical function that does a hash. It's a lot to explain. It's kind of boring, but it's a much more efficient way of doing this. It's a cryptographic hash. I'm not sure how expensive this is. This is interesting. I'm learning some Unreal here. There's a hash function for let's see if that works. There's a hash function built into grappling hook. Yeah, that's a good idea. Wow. Man, the castles. That was the big thing tonight. Man, I don't know why. Like, I never thought of that. I'm almost embarrassed to think that I would spend all this time building these pyramids. But it's very similar. Now that we have the structure to build the pyramids, you guys could build castles for us and put them into the game. So let's. See if that worked. I have a feeling it doesn't. These are probably just the standard doors. I should mark them different or something. And I don't seem to be getting any doors besides the. Somebody's saying get the AI to make the castles. It'd be an interesting thing to do. Okay, here we go. Here's a door, random door. There's a 50% chance that there's a door on any given side. But that doesn't feel like 50% to me. That is the standard door. No, this isn't working. How do I... just throw this in here. Love to just be able to just throw a utility function. Oh yeah, C++, there we go. Would be an issue in other languages. Okay, let's, and then this is, should be this function, this simple hash seed. Let's save all this, try to do a compile and run again. People are saying it was a joke about the AI castles, but the AI castles would be actually really cool. Like, I'm pretty sure I could get the AI to build amazing castles that would be different every time you played. It would be hard to do that in other ways. I'm not going to spend if this doesn't work, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because there's so many different ways I could get random doors to appear. And I don't know why this hash function isn't working. So there's one on this side. And this one, I can't tell if this one has one or not. I almost want to lift them all up. This one has a door. I can't tell this one, but it's confusing because the pyramids actually have a door burned into the prefab, which I got to take out. They seem to all have the door on the side. This one has a door here. You could tell our doors because they're a little bit longer. Might just be the coin toss is just not enough. Somebody, I kind of forgot that I was wearing the glasses of this, but these are reading glasses, which are like so cool. People are making jokes about this but I always think it's like an episode of the Brady Bunch where, you know, I have a black eye or something and I'm trying to hide it from my parents. Like, here's Club Med over here. These seams in the water. Wow, that's interesting. That's definitely take a picture of that for our engine developer. So interesting. This is a new bug. I know that he's been doing stuff with the boundaries. I think we are getting random doors. I just don't think that there's enough of a chance that they're appearing. So we could change this in a different way. The way to do this would probably be, let's just do it for real. Like we'll give it like each door like a 25% chance of appearing. And how does this work? Store. actually don't know. This is a STD call. I don't know. What happens if I call it twice in a row? Do I get different numbers? Yes, okay. Oh, wait a second. It's a weird, okay, this door. Oh, because it's a generator. I find one of the things I really dislike about C++ is STD, the standard template libraries, STL. It was enough to make me want to stop developing in C++. They're just, they just seem to me like really, they do everything you need them to do, but they're so esoteric and unintuitive, and everybody started using them, and it made everything so much less fun to do. It's funny, somebody's saying here they don't know what the real practical applications of AI, they just hear negative stuff. And it's really bizarre because I just spent the last year starting an AI startup, and everybody in the entire world is very excited about AI because it solves it solves so many problems and allows for things that never could have existed before. Like it's a completely new type of computing that makes it so that things that were unimaginable could happen. And everybody in the world and I worked with lots of businesses that were trying to change everything that they did to have to do with AI. And then the game industry, the game industry is very excited about it, but the people playing games are don't want anything to do with it. And it's really a bad thing because there's a lot of really cool stuff that we could do that we wouldn't be able to do before, but there is such a negative connotation to it. But it's weird, it's only in the game industry that this negative connotation exists. So this is a 75% chance that there is a door in places. So we should probably see there's probably places where there is no doors. Seems like there's like a door everywhere. I've not seen one without a door yet. We went from no doors to doors everywhere. This is funny. See if I just want to see this work correctly. Somebody's complaining here that every game will be made by AI, but if the games are awesome or they're better than they were before, I don't understand what difference that makes. It means that instead of having a Call of Duty every 2 years, you'll have like a brand new kick-ass Call of Duty every month. Or continual updates to games. One of the things that I would like to do to games is to have an AI that takes community feedback and automatically puts features into games very quickly. So the developers could vote on a feature and 3 hours later, it could be inside of a game working. And what we could do is just take community feedback and push a button and get games done. I mean, that's the kind of the possibilities that we were talking about is that, instead of waiting, months or weeks or months for updates, things could literally happen in an hour or two. I just do not understand why we are getting doors everywhere. Oh, okay, this is one where we didn't. Okay, these are random. So this is one of the advantages of doing this, is that we can have random. This is probably right. 50% chance of doors on the. And then if I took the default doors off, there would probably be less. Yeah, somebody's saying that the AI, people aren't realizing that the games that they're playing right now probably use AI, and it's funny because I was talking to a game artist that was saying this, and he was very frustrated because he's like, the artists want to use AI because it helps them do 10 times more content than they could before, and he said that the people that aren't using it are lying because every tool that you have right now has it built in. For example, if you're using Word or this is pretty cool, Photoshop or Word or everything, that there's AI tools like sort of built into everything, because that's sort of, everybody has done this. Like, they've built AI, and like, this is what I've spent the last year working with companies that are just integrate. This is cool. Like, companies that were integrating AI into everything that they're doing, and they were cool uses. There were things that like couldn't have existed before without AI. The other thing too is it's not going away. It's Pandora's box, and it's opened, and it's not getting away. And right now, I think the only difference you have is that the AI isn't very good. Like, it's only maybe, I would say, 80% there with just about everything, but it's improving so quickly that it probably will be better at doing what humans do within just a few years. So really, when people talk about AI slop, the AI games would probably actually be better. The reality of games, the way that games are going to get made in the future, is that the game engine itself will just do blocky, like, cubes and stuff, and everything will be rendered in real time by AI on your computer. So the game engine will just be like cubes moving around. And if you've watched those videos where they take like Minecraft and they run it through like an AI filter and everything looks real, the problem with those is it's very, very slow right now. But because of something called Moore's Law, which means that the computing power will double every year, is that technology will run, within 5 years, that technology will run on your computer in real time. And once that happens, people will stop making graphics, because the ability to do cool, creative stuff really easily will so outweigh the ability, the effort it takes to actually build graphics out. And it'll be cool, because what you'll get is photorealistic video games that could be made by indies. Which will be totally amazing. Like, you'll just have tons and tons of games that are just completely like, not just like close to photorealistic, they will be photorealistic. And when you start seeing games like that, it's going to be hard to go back and play an ordinary game. It's going to feel like an old NES 8-bit game or something, compared to what you're going to see coming out of those. But there's already a company doing that, like starting that engine. But building games with that engine would be so interesting, because you would be able to just sort of be like, just put a cube here and a cube here and a cube here, and then tell the AI, hey, this is a city and these are cars. And you could figure out how the cars moved around. and then the AI on the client's computer would do all the graphics in real time. Somebody's asking a question here. CastleMiner had water. Why not CastleMiner Z? So CastleMiner, if you won't go back and play it, if you can anywhere, which I don't even think is possible, is that there was a water plane, and if you went under the water plane cut through the whole world, and if you went under the water plane, you were always underwater. So if you dug around underground and you were under the water plane, you were underwater. So in CastleMiner Z, it was a problem because if you went to like underground in the caves, you would be underwater, and hell would be completely submerged. So we needed a simulated water system, and we started building that for CastleMiner Dungeons, but then we never released CastleMiner Dungeons, and then we never went back and put the water system in CastleMiner, because then we would have had to redo the world. But since we were redoing everything anyways, for this, we put all the systems back together. We put everything in from scratch. Okay. This is really cool. I've been having too much fun flying around in these cameras. Somebody's asking for a Kickstarter launch date. I don't know. I want to make sure that we have a list. We built the list out today of all the stuff that we need for the Kickstarter video, which will take us probably up to, like, I would say we're right now at like the 40% mark done. We'll be more at like the 70% mark done when we get to the Kickstarter. When you see the Kickstarter video, it'll give you like a really, really good idea of what the game is going to look like when it's done. Because right now it's like we're only kind of like halfway there with that stuff. So let's yeah, I don't know if I want to keep. It's fun to mess around. I could sit here all night and just mess around with this stuff. The next steps I think I would do is that I would take the prefab pyramid out and maybe build it procedurally. And then I think the shaft of the pyramid, that actually might be easier to do procedurally. I could take that out too and do that as a prefab. We had that shaft that ran through the center of the pyramid. This is kind of cool because these prefabs are small now, where the other ones are really big, and the pyramid was an easy structure to build out procedurally. But man, it makes me really think of the castles. And now this idea of building like a giant castle with a dungeon inside, it would be like so cool. I need a different type of dungeon. The dungeons will be like skinnable, so I need another type of dungeon, and then I kind of need to think about what I'm going to do with all of this stuff. Anyways, I'm getting tired. It's late over here, and I could take a couple more questions, and then I'm going to tap out here for the evening. So, does anybody have any questions? You know what I'm going to do here? I'm going to run a quick ad break, just because that helps us. Helps us, gives us the cash to build cool stuff. And then when I come back from the ad break, I'll answer any questions that you have. So let's do that. I just turned this on and realized I still got the glasses on. Okay. Somebody said here with the new, I don't know if everyone's back from the breaks. The YouTube Premium people are. With the new height limit, have you thought about making the tower higher? That's a funny story. Is that the tower is programmed to be as high as the world is, and when I put the new size of the world in, it was like super tall. I tried to make it look like the old tower. Yeah. Let me just go. Well, I think we go back to here. I tried to make it look like the old tower. And I think it's better like that. I always check here if people are dropping off during the final ad break. And actually, you guys most of you usually hang on, which is kind of cool. Okay, I'm with the delay here, I'm not seeing a lot of questions. You guys might still be in ads. So you've never gotten an ad on a stream. That's interesting. I wonder why that is. I wonder if it's sure you don't have premium. Your browser is set up. Huh? It's funny. These streams are set up to play ads during the streams. So, what's the biggest hurdle going forward? Wow, there's a lot of them. A lot of big hurdles. The biggest one definitely is networking. I think what John tells us is that he's like, I'm not sure it's possible. That's what he was saying. So he's working on that. We're working hard on the networking and saving the worlds right now. Yeah, that's going to be a big one. And I think the other one is just getting people to, like getting through the Kickstarter is a big hurdle. The Kickstarter is very, very important to us because it will really determine what we can do. So if the Kickstarter isn't successful, then we have to imagine a different game. That's something that makes me very nervous. I want to make sure that we can do that, and everybody's just aware and can do that as much as possible. And my browser crashed. That's seems to always be the thing that happens near the end of this. Somebody's saying, does it help if we don't skip ads? Yeah, there's a huge difference between skipping ads and not skipping ads. Like it's like a huge, huge difference. Yeah. The other thing too is the clicking through is a big thing too. But yeah, there's the way it works is there's like one price for if you skip, and there's one price if you sit through it, and then there's another price if you like click the item and go through, and that's the most the one that pays the most if you click through the ads. But that's what I'm saying is that if you just run our ad streams, like it's helps us out, and doesn't really it's not really inconvenience to you. You can just pop it open in a browser. Yeah, somebody's saying that they get kicked and banned for no reason in the games. The castles could be themed after the biomes. I like that idea. That's a really good idea. Somebody's saying CastleMiner is still alive. Yes, we are still alive. The rumors of my demise have been greatly exaggerated. Talk about the kicking ban thing. It's an interesting problem. In the beginning, we were hoping people would just go into each other's world, but griefing was a really big problem. And I remember I was watching a lot of streams on griefing early on, and it's a difficult problem to solve. Learned a lot about that over the years of doing this. It's getting late here, and I think I'm going to go. I really appreciate everybody dropping by, especially this late at night, to see kind of just flying around the world. I really appreciate it, and I hope that you guys will show up for the next one. I'm gonna trail out here with the trailer. Thank you very much. Thank you.